I was in church the other day, and at the end of the sermon, after the pastor had prayed what he had to pray, he had the audacity to say, "Go out and be the light." And as if right on cue, everyone replied, "Amen." Like they were really going to go out into the world and do it. And I couldn't help but think about how we've taken this idea of being the light and made it so misconstrued, making the light of the living water diluted. And then we get upset when the world sees Crown Royal and chooses it, because it tastes a little better, grasping at that little bit of pleasure to cover up the measure of darkness inside. Hiding behind smiling faces, but can you blame them for wanting to get wasted or faded? Because it's scary in the dark. Especially when you have to face it sober over too long of a time, so long that you forget that a single flame can light up a whole room and that the light consumes the darkness. They've been living their lives so artless, consumed by the darkness, but it's our turn as Christians to be the missing catharsis. And this doesn't look like simple words, pushing commandments down their throats, but being UV rays and penetrating the pain with the truth that God wrote, which is that we are the light, standing in the corner of the shadows, not hiding but exposed. Because this dying world needs to know that their terminal illness can be cured, and we have the dose, and his name is Jesus. The Jesus that died so that we can have hope, and if we're not illuminating this, then we need to stop saying amen. Because men are killing themselves, and yes, it's our fault, because they decided that was their best resolve when we had the solution to solve their problems. It's time for us to go out and be the light and help this wilted world blossom, because awesome is our God, so awesome that he holds the entire world in his hands, and any problem for man stands minuscule for him. So if you're listening today and you feel like your world is on the brim and you just can't take it anymore, it's my job as your reflection to reference you to my reflection, and his name is the Lord. And he doesn't care about what you've been through or what you've done or who you are. He just cares about helping you out of this dark place and giving you back your running shoes, because you're not done with this race. So any Christian listening today needs to stop waiting and start radiating this message. Who cares if it sounds obsessive or insane? Because the word clearly states that any gospel shared won't be shared in vain. So whether the stain of lost life being the grave or in his eyes, it should be more than enough to revolutionize the way we share the good news and realize that not sharing the truth is blatant abuse. So now, and right now, if you're tired of letting hurting people, crying people, too tired of trying people, God's people, your people, go down without a fight, get your matches out. It's time to be the light.